And the final little bit is going to be, neural nets, information representation, and then stuff like genetic algorithms, evolutionary computation, a lot of nice, interesting topics. And we have some videos. Ethics, is sort of big these days in AI. It was not years ago, but if you open the journals these days, you'll see information on ethics. And one big problem is happening right now, where jobs are disappearing. The virus has knocked out a lot of jobs, but unfortunately, the big companies have discovered they don't need to have too many humans, and they don't need to have these big offices where all people work together. That they could, so the people they still have can work in their house, and that saves the company having to provide, work real estate. So it's going to be a different world when the pandemic is over, also, and I guess AI is hurting the world as well. But okay, so we got a midterm somehow. We'll see. A final, which is sort of the material in chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Some of that. We're not going to do every page. So we'll see. And several programs. I mentioned that one would be Prologue, and then a few more. I think we ought to do something with neural nets, maybe something with uncertainty, like I said, evolutionary computation. But, students usually have complained in the past. Steve, I loved your course, but you didn't push us hard enough. I wish you'd give us more work. So, okay, I'll try to meet your demands this semester. We'll see.
Please don't.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, there's a person out there. I thought. All right, so you
more work, Professor. More work. We want more.
No.
Oh, I love it.
We want less.
See,
we want to learn.
This is how I know. This is how I know that some of you know me, because I'm just full of baloney right now. So okay, because the 304 class earlier today, I could tell they were nervous. They don't know who I am, because I was supposed to go to Japan, but the world imploded in the spring. So, I had to stop work on the book. I couldn't go. I wasn't going to go to Japan. I'm not getting on an airplane until things look better. But all right, good. So I can tell I have people I know in this class. All right, so midterm final, several programs, and again, all the topics. Oh, a term paper that students would feel left out if they don't get that. So we're not going to talk about it today, but we will over the next 13 weeks. Oh, no. It's 13 weeks, maybe 14. We're not ready for any of that. So you got a copy of these notes, Ray? They have the slide that says, well, you're in the class too. So Ray has a dual role here. He's my assistant. He's your teacher aide, if you will. And he also is a student here. So, feel free to torture him. That would be okay. All right. But Ray, they have the slides, the first one being with our friend Alan Turing in front.
If you look at your screen, and you'll see it's right there. Turn it in landscape mode.
All right, I see that. Yeah, good. Then it's a one-to-one mapping. I'm not going to look at the phone because I got my laptop finally, and the picture's much larger. All right, so we're looking at the statue. Where is it? In Surrey, somewhere in Great Britain. It's a shame. So now Turing is treated as a hero, but if you saw The Imitation Game, God, was I crying at that movie. Yeah, they were very homophobic, very sad. If it were not for Turing, we'd be talking German now. God knows what else, but he saved all of us. All right, so that's a statue of Turing somewhere in Great Britain. Okay, and he, some of you were in Skeet's class in, what the hell is he doing? Encryption, trying to keep secrets away from the economic competitors, the military enemies, and all of that. And he's also the person who can be thought of as the father of AI. That's the reason he pops up in all of your courses. He's around all the time. All right, so all right, Alan Turing. And when in chapter 1, a little bit later, we're going to look at the Turing game, and see what the heck that's all about. All right, but there's the picture for now. Hold on. Ray, they can see me?
Yeah, they can see you.
Ooh, this is terrible. So I didn't fix up my apartment. You can see the books behind me and the mess I have. The point is I have reading glasses, and my students know I'm too vain to ever wear glasses, but I'll know what the hell I'm doing a little better if I do. So yeah. I have contact lenses on. You guys know that. And then I have my reading glasses on top so I can see my machine. Okay. So there's an overview of AI. I'm not going to go through that. You could do that at home. So chapter 1, we might be here for 2 weeks. Maybe we just don't allow you to go home tonight, and we stay till 8 a.m. We'll order breakfast. Okay. So this chapter explores the fundamental issues, topic areas, and questions typically associated with AI. How to play games. What does logic have to do with artificial intelligence? And what are neural nets and what are they good for? And what the hell are genetic algorithms? Well, how did the evolution get into this discipline? So we'll get there. We have plenty to do. But again, try to get the book. And I think we're probably going to be in this chapter 1, as I said, for 2 weeks. So, get chapter 1, PDF, whatever, and, start reading. All right. So always when you start a subject, you got to get the definitions out of the way. So if you were in my discrete math class, what's a graph? Well, you got points, you got lines, they're connected. You know what we had to go through back in our freshman days. So here, artificial flower. Restaurants opened when? About 6 weeks ago, outdoor dining. I got a beautiful place across the street that I love. And there's a diner around the block. And usually you can't go inside, but when I used to go inside, there were flowers on the tables, but they were made of plastic because diners can't afford to put real flowers up there. So, we have artificial things. We know what that means. Man-made, right? They look like flowers, but they don't feel like real flowers. You touch it, you can feel the plasticity. They don't have a beautiful scent. I love some flowers, even though I have allergies. I love flowers. So that's, we don't need it. Artificial flowers. Artificial light. This class is being held in the evening, later than it should have been because because of me, not Ray's fault. All right. So artificial light, we got electric light, we got candles, we have kerosene, and we got the natural light, which is sunlight. So if you're going to work at night, artificial is a good thing. We don't want to end our classes. I hear you. When's this class supposed to end? 8 o'clock, 7:45, who knows? But I know soon you're going to be cheering, that you want to stay till midnight, whatever. So you're going to be grateful that artificial light exists. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to torture you as much. So, okay. So artificial, man-made, as opposed to natural, like light. Oh, I don't know. I need to be in some mode to be able to get you to listen to the Lone Ranger. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that from here. No. Ray, can you get can you click on the sound icon there?
For what?
We're on you see the same page I see, right?
No, I don't.
You don't see the Lone Ranger?
No.
Oh, I thought you had the same notes I had.
We have the same notes, but how would I know what I'm not remotely connected to your laptop. How would I have access to your notes? How would I know what page you're on?
Oh, I thought you made an isomorphism here. So as I talk about these slides, students don't see them?
Just tell me to slide when you move up a slide, and then I will move up as well.
Okay, so move to the slide that says introduction continued. On the left, it says artificial motion. On the right, it says natural motion. And from now, and you see the Lone Ranger at the bottom. And from now on, I will tell you every time I click to go to a new slide.
Okay,
this is slide 5.
Okay.
All right. And can you click on the sound icon? I don't know, because it's the William Tell overture, of course. The students there might have seen the Johnny Depp version. I think he played Tonto. I don't know. But you got the same page?
Yeah, I'm on introduction continued. We're talking about artificial motion versus natural motion.
Okay, but we don't get the music. All right.
I can play that. Wait, let me see if I can try playing that.
Okay.
Is it an audio file? Wait. Let me exit, see if I can just try playing it as.
Oh, I didn't know it would be that much of a hassle for you.
I'm just confused as to why. One second.
No, okay, then let's not bother. When you go home, guys, make sure you listen to the symphony. That's it. It's so you're not gonna bother, right?
Okay.
All right. So artificial motion. You got planes, trains, automobiles. It sounds like a DeVito movie. Half of you come from another country, right? Trump loves immigrants, and if we didn't have planes, you wouldn't be here now. You're not going to walk across the Atlantic or the Pacific. You need craft that's a little faster. And ditto with trains. If you want to get up to Westchester or, out to Chicago. Automobiles, okay. So those are all artificial. Natural motion, walking, and horses. You don't want to take a horse to Europe. And of course, there's the Lone Ranger using natural motion. Okay. All right. So we got artificial out of the way. What's intelligence? And the psychologists are a little funny. Intelligence is what the intelligence books say it is. But no. So intelligence, the ability of an individual to learn from experience, to reason well, to remember important information. They say sometimes that memory is correlated with intelligence. Okay, like the guards at City College. You'd come in and you come back a week later, they don't know who the heck you are. Other guards, can remember you. So, and to cope with the demands of daily living. So intelligence may be defined broadly as the facility at solving problems. R2D2, what was that? ISPO, who the heck? Who's the guy on the left? The robot.
The gold one?
Yeah. ISP.
C3PO?
There you go. All right. And there's our friend on the right who's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. So, yeah, you want to know if someone's intelligent or not. Maybe you're a parent. Well, you're too young for that. But if you give your kid a Rubik's Cube and you come back 3 hours later and he or she hasn't solved it yet, you don't have to worry too much about saving for college expenses. You know, probably he or she is gonna be blue collar, as they say. But okay, so intelligence. All right. Oops. Yeah, 1 second. All right. So building intelligent systems. That's what we hope we're going to do a little bit of. That we're going to build some software that ostensibly possesses intelligence. All right. And things we need to learn. How do you get an intelligent agent? First off, we need to learn how to represent knowledge. And at the bottom on the left, knowledge representation, production rules. Sort of if condition, then result. When I was younger, I remember taking my family, well, my parents, my brother, out to Long Island where my sister lived. And the Long Island Expressway was packed. And all of a sudden, the sky opened up and there were no other cars. And, you know, I'm not stupid. I stepped on the gas and God knows what speed I was at. I don't know if I hit 100, but when you're 22 years old, you're going to live forever. So I just kept going. Of course, I got a nice ticket from a friendly policeman, and my mother told me later, you know, Stephen, I've never seen you scared before. I don't like the IRS and I don't like state troopers. All right. So if you're driving 85 miles an hour and you see a red light in your rearview mirror flashing, a good idea to slow down and pull over to the shoulder. We're going to use logic. That's the reason we have a whole chapter on logic. That's one of the first ways to represent knowledge. And frames and scripts. So a script is sort of a frame, what's the word? 1 second. A prototypical description of the world. So I tell you a room, and a frame for a room would tell you it's got walls, it's got a ceiling, maybe windows, who knows. If it's a special kind of room, then maybe it's got a refrigerator, and you got the idea. If it happens to be if it's a kitchen. All right. And scripts, sort of a frame with a movie attached. Hold on. It says make believe. My dentist keeps calling. I guess they're looking for business. And a dentist script. In my case, I go to the dentist. I say my prayers. Why am I praying? Because I hope the dentist is sick. Not badly, just sick enough that he didn't come to work today. That's all I'm asking for. Okay. Semantic nets, one more yet. Oh, there's the dentist. There you are over on the right. So knowledge representation, we'll discuss each of those in detail at the bottom. And searching is another attribute that an intelligent agent possesses. Very often people lose their keys, or where the heck did I put the remote, or whatever. So we'll look at search algorithms in this course. And then learning. In the middle, you see I guess he's a teenager. Yeah, he's playing the violin. And you can see the woman in the middle who's, going a little batty because he's playing so poorly. So when you have children, one of your kids may want to learn to play the violin. So you're going to have 5 years of pain. It's going to be awful. But your job as a parent, of course, is to smile and say nice things. Oh, how beautiful, but it's awful. But learning, you expect performance to improve with time, so that what you're hearing might be closer to what that woman who's smiling on the right is listening to, rather than the poor woman in the middle who's wishes she were deaf. All right, so we need to learn how to achieve those 3 attributes for intelligence, and we need to learn how those methods at the bottom can be employed by us. Okay, so building intelligent systems. We'll be doing that in software, of course. If we take this course together in 40 or 50 years, hopefully we don't have to use software. It would be nice to have a brain on the table that's, human intelligence. We're not there yet, obviously. We're going to be able to solve problems that AI helps us with, but we're not going to have a human in a box yet. We're just not there. That's still the movies, when the movies come back anyway. All right, so again, we said these notes, introduction to everything. When I was in elementary school, what did they say? Everything I learned in kindergarten. Maybe you got to include the 1st and 2nd grade as well. So there is an elephant up there, and it's usually, the blind people, and they're being asked to tell someone what an elephant looks like. So the one that's holding the tail, an elephant is thin, long, wiry. The one that's on the main body, the guy who's up on top, you're going to hear, an elephant is wide, fat, heavy, who knows? And somebody's there on the legs, then you're going to get a different report. So blind search, no knowledge of the problem domain. So what you see depends on where you are in the search space. And in your 212 classes, actually even in your discrete math classes, you looked at 3 simple searches. Depth, well, maybe just 2, I don't know. Depth first search, DFS, breadth first search, BFS, and there's a tree, very simple one. And depth first search, go down from the root, start at the root with A, and go down deep in the tree as quickly as possible. And generally, when you do a depth first search, you move to the left. Nobody said you had to. You want to go right? You want to go from A to C? No one's going to yell, but you have to be nice enough to put comments, documentation, if you will, on what type of depth first search you're using. Okay, but the rest of the world, A, B, D, E, C, F, G. You've done that many times, and you are probably familiar with writing programs to emulate a depth first search. Okay, and essentially we would use a stack as the guiding structure. Breadth first search. Go down the tree, but go down one level at a time. So start at level 0, you got an A, then go down one level. So you want to increase your distance from the root little by little. So A, then you go to B and C, and finally D, E, F, G. And for breadth first search, we're using a, what the hell are we using? Not a stack, but we're using a
Cube.
What the heck? Thank you. Yeah, I told you my head's empty tonight. All right, I need more coffee. That's what it is. All right, and heuristic search. That's what we're going to be using a lot in this course. In chapter 2, well, maybe it's chapter 3. Heuristic search. We're going to employ estimates of closeness to the goal And there's a handy, I don't know, that could be a woman. I'm not sure. But somebody's putting shelves up. And so a heuristic, by the way, is sometimes referred to as a rule of thumb. And I think, who knows, I got to get the Oxford Dictionary someday, that what you do is you stick your thumb out and you look at the wall and see, you see me, so you see I assume you see my print of a Homer painting. And you want to know if your pictures on the wall, if it's level. And of course, you could buy a level device, a little bubble. And if the painting is level, then of course the bubble should be right in the middle of that device. So heuristic search, when we have big problems, we're going to be using heuristic searches because depth first and breadth first get too damn slow. That's the trouble. You know, here we got little toy problems, but you want to play chess, you know, 100 years ago when people bought chess games, well, I don't know, 30 years ago, 35 years, you had to wait overnight. You'd make a move. Kopek was the chess master, so I'm not going to make any moves. But the point is, you can't do it. It's too slow. So heuristic searches for playing chess and other big games are necessary. And game playing was where we were in the first half of the AI, century? No, world. 1956, Dartmouth University. In fact, Kopek had gone to Dartmouth, and I remember he asked me once at the conference, it was an artificial intelligence conference, so this was 2006, and he said, Steve, do you want to write a book? And I said, what I might naturally say is, what subject? And he looked at me as if I was crazy because we're at an AI conference, but I always had wanted to write a theory book as well, but that's not his shtick, or wasn't his shtick. So in any case, the first 50 years of AI, we were trying to play games. So it was like a big achievement when a chess game beat Kasparov. Deep Blue, actually it was Deeper Blue. Yeah, okay, but it was using exhaustive search and it was a parallel computer. So I don't feel like we achieved real intelligence at the point that we gainfully employed the exhaustive search, but okay. So we'll be looking at heuristic search. And that maintenance person on the right, whether it's male or female, you know, I can't tell. He looks kind of ugly. He's got long hair. I don't know. Learning. We said this. We had the poor parents a few moments ago having to listen. Carnegie Hall. Again, people say everybody's moving out of New York. Why would you want to live in New York? It's dirty, it's big, it's crowded. Oh, I get to see somebody's at Golden Unicorn? Oh, I don't know. David's home. Who lives on Madison Avenue? Oh, somebody's got money in this class. Okay. Okay, we were talking about Carnegie Hall. And people say now everybody's moving away from New York. And the reason they're moving away is all the reasons why you'd want to live in New York. The beautiful museums, the great libraries, God, the music, art, everything. It's an amazing place. You know, I've always felt that way. But now you can't do anything. You know, it's nice to look at pretty ladies on the street. Now you look at the people and what do you see? You see masks. So I don't need that. Nobody needs that. All right, but here we are at Carnegie Hall, and Suzuki, he was here. Yeah, is the meeting ending? What happened?
I think it's still going.
Everybody's there. You hear people.
Yeah.
We're still here, Professor.
So you don't want me to sing, and if people start moaning, then I know they're there. No, no. I got a friend who tells me, Steve, you got a beautiful voice, but don't quit your day job. I'm not meant to sing, so occasionally I might sing a few times in this course. We'll see. Once I see you and I trust you. All right, but in any case, Carnegie Hall, Suzuki conducted Japanese, and he used to train children and adolescents to play musical instruments. And as that picture a few pages back illustrate, you do not want to listen to a 13-year-old play the violin. I mean, I'd rather go to the dentist. You know, it's just rough. I remember when I was there years ago, and some teenager, I don't know, 16 years old, I don't know, about that. And he picked up the violin and he started playing. And I was crying. I cry a lot at the movies. I cry at beautiful music. I'm just an emotional guy. So with learning, you get better. And this kid got better, and it was gorgeous. And again, people love New York because there used to be many things like that. Like I say, I don't know what the world was going to be like in a year, 2 years, God knows. But okay. So here are different paradigms. A paradigm, you take Professor Troger. Ray was telling me how much he is going to be enjoying the course 335, programming paradigms. Now I'm envious. I want to take the course. But just essentially different models for learning in this case. Connectionism, that's sort of illustrating neural networks. Why? Because neural nets, you know, a computer, you got your CPU, and you know, you got a few major registers that it's connected to. Okay, so you don't have much connectioning going on. But in a neural net, if I have 1,000 nodes, I might have millions of nets. In other words, connected. So neural nets are highly connected to one another. That's the reason sometimes the subject is referred to as connectionism. All right. Okay. Here is an example of this table. X1, X2, we got a Boolean function. X1, oh, it's an AND function. So it's X1 ANDed with X2. And we all know that the function output is 1 only when both inputs are 1. So the bottom line, X1 is 1, X2 is 1, and lo and behold, the AND of X1 and X2 is also 1. So, 1, yes.
Professor, I think time is up.
On the first meeting or both?
I think both. Yeah, we've reached the end.
Hold on, we reached the end in terms of the time?
Yeah, because it's
no, but they told me they would stay till midnight or 1. The students they felt
until
so
8
bad
a.m.
about,
Professor, until 8 a.m.
They waited all summer for this course, and they don't want to go home. If you mean Zoom, then home. I understand. But if
We're already
you
home.
mean that's true, you are.
Professor, we're home.
Actually, I am too. So yeah, I'm so used to being in my office until midnight, but those days are over. They won't even let me in. All right, I'll see if I can get permission. I don't even know if I want to go back. All right, we'll see. So Ray, tell me again, when you say it's over, that means Zoom is going to end?
No, I think it's 7:45. It's past 7:45. So class is over. No.
No, hold it. Who has another class this evening after this one? Ray, what are you talking about? They don't want to leave. I hear them. they're embarrassed that they want to be in this class so much. They're afraid somebody might call them a nerd. Uh, let's see. We're at page 9. Let's do a few more pages. All right, Ray.
You can look at the chat. I think maybe a lot of people are saying that they might have classes in the chat. Some people are just muted, so they couldn't like.
Yeah, some person said that he has class after this.
What time
Yeah.
does that class start? 8:30?
Like now.
Right now? I mean, there's no time in between. All right, hold on. Okay, let's go back. So hold on, let's just finish this slide then. Okay, we'll survive it. Sorry about the screw up earlier. Ray and I will get it together soon. But learning, we said, improve performance via practice. And we mentioned connectionism. And the basic feature about this type of learning is feedback. Feedback. So we're going to see feedback when we get to neural nets. We'll mention feedback as well. So on the left, some kid is, there's the mother, and she's scolding him. Maybe he did something wrong. I wanted you to add 2 plus 3. How the heck did you get 6? So that's referred to as negative feedback. The kid got something wrong, and he's getting some bad feedback. Look over on the right. I don't know, doing some math, getting the square root of 17, 4.3162951, whatever it is. And mom is smiling and the kid is happy as well. That's positive feedback. And we're going to use that over and over again when we look at the neural nets somewhat later in the course. When the neural net makes a mistake, we need to change things around. When it's correct, we need to pat it on its head, so to speak. All right, so feedback is critical. Okay, since you do have classes, some of you, and I did take up your time trying to get things together. So we'll see. We'll come back on Monday. If the other class, if we are stronger than the other students, we can always get rid of them. So, we'll see. But again, your homework, get the book and read chapter 1, and we'll finish this up. The Turing test is coming up and later in chapter 1 as well. All right, but hang in there. Sandy, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. How do you take attendance now? You can see the little circles.
Yeah.
You have, and can you actually make a list? Did you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
And give that list to our friend Ray, and
Okay.
I'll let him keep it. I never get attendance done well. And then Crystal yells at me. If I'm moonlighting at NYIT, they yell at me. It's related to money. New York State gives out money based upon, how often students come to class. So, okay, so look, this is not the year 3200. This is not Star Trek. So I don't even like the name artificial intelligence because we're not there yet. But we do solve tough problems a lot quicker because we have a lot of heuristics that we're going to use. So start with chapter 1. We'll finish up these notes next week. Well, between Monday and Wednesday of next week. And we'll get going. But get the notes for now. I don't know if I put a book in the library on reserve or not. I might have taken it back because I needed it. But okay, it's time to say goodnight. Hang in. You could tell I have a lot of energy. I would just keep going. But all right, hang in there. It's good to be back in school. I just wish I could see you instead of your electronic images that I'll see next time. All right, peace. Ray, you have school tomorrow. Call me when you think we can get this together.
Okay, yeah. I'll see. I'll get to it.
All right, Pete. So when you have the time, call me, and we'll manage. Okay, so we don't do this again on Monday. You know, bring a stick, hit me on that, give me some negative feedback, you know, and I'll shape up. All right, good night, people. Hang in there. All right, bye. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You
Peace,
got questions?
Professor.
All right, take care. All right, bye-bye. If anybody's got a question, it's a good time to yell it out.
Professor,
Yeah, I'm here.
so what's the best way to reach you outside of class?
It's going to be this way. So we need to get rid of this pedestrian version of Zoom, and we will get the enterprise system. Professor Kawaguchi said we should be able to get that. And then I'll make sure that I'm here a half hour before class. Yeah. And after class, like right now, you know, and I would stay around a half hour before, an hour later. And if you have questions, if I can see your face, it makes it easier to talk to you. So I'd be around. I don't know if you want to meet at a coffee shop with a mask on. I don't mind. But yeah, we can't get access to the building these days. That's